we're gonna figure out what kind of train wreck this is gonna be. Holy shit! Do y'all smell that?
I might. I don't know.
Smells like Warhammered.
Which is what?
Stale. What does that smell like? Does it smell like just like BO and like stale booze?
I don't know. Jim smells delicious. So.
Jim
Thanks,
smells great all
buddy.
the time. That's fine.
It's just
smells like fucking failure, son. Let's get on with this shit.
That's what it is.
It smells like half-assed.
Welcome to fucking Warhammered. That's Jim, and I'm Jazz. And this is our podcast brought to you by Second Pitch Beer Company.
Yes.
And coming to you in living color from the BattlePub studios, or as you put it, in a bunker.
Deep beneath some fucking nondescript mall someplace in or near San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah.
Is this officially San Antonio?
I am officially San Antonio.
You're officially
Yeah,
San
yeah.
Antonio? I know you're out in the
San Antonio, the
side.
Republic of Texas.
Literally like half a mile that way the city changes.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So but it's San Antonio.
We
right
are-
here.
So
the
did I tell you,
outskirts.
Samantha and I were walking through this mall like a couple weeks ago, and she was just like having like major like flashbacks to like high school.
Did
and
she
shit.
work here?
She used to like work here
Yeah.
at this mall at like the back sun here and shit. And she was just like, there used to be a fountain. And I was just like,
I'm sure there
That's
used to be a
awesome.
lot of different shit.
yeah,
here.
there used to be. Yeah.
So, so this is Warhammered. As we've said before, what we're going to do is we are going to explain gaming lore to you poorly and inaccurately.
Wavetop doesn't do what we do or don't do justice, but that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to give you the Wavetop
Sure.
because
Yeah.
it's fun.
Or at least our version of it.
Yes. So if you want to, you can break out your Lexicanum, start pointing fingers at us. We don't give a shit because
Yeah.
you get what you get.
You know,
You're
comment-
listening to us.
Comment down below because we're not going to read them.
Actually, people have been commenting on the Spotify postings of the episodes. We
Is
have
there really?
comments getting back. Oh yeah.
There's a comment section?
Yeah.
I thought it was a
open-
joke.
No, I left it open as there's a question on all these things that says, what do you think of this episode? And people have just been leaving comments. So
Oh, I've got to get back on there and be like,
I
most of
gotta-
them are pretty positive. To
That's
be honest
good.
with you. So
we
Yeah.
got to find the guy that doesn't like us, and that's the guy we do battle with every week.
every week.
Yeah, every week.
Just
A
to keep
new-
them coming back.
Yeah.
Just a new person.
I'm just here to fuel your hate fire.
Well, I'm
So-
sorry there, pal. I didn't realize in book 3 from 1997 they said that the Emperor's children could fucking do blah. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't care.
Moving on.
I'm gonna name check you too. I'm gonna look through columns and through the comments, and one of them piss you off and be like, "Well, JC _ Horace,
Yeah.
go fuck yourself."
So, since we decided last episode that we are now an educational podcast,
Well, it was very
yeah.
yeah.
it was sort of educational.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. We are going to start that education with Jim's Beer Corner,
guys.
where Beer Jim is going to explain a beer style to us.
Yeah.
Look how pro I am leaving my fucking ringer on. A beer style to us, because there's a bunch of us out there that like to claim that we like craft beer, and then we don't actually know what the fuck we're talking about. So
Yeah.
we're going to, at least one thing on this show
Absolutely.
will be accurate.
Yeah, the beer knowledge will be correct.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the beer corner is over,
It's
50-50.
all
maybe,
made up after
maybe
that.
50-50
Yeah.
after that.
Straight up. So,
So,
What do
so
you got?
today
we're
what are
gonna-
we talking about?
So we actually are canning this. I want to bring this one up because we canned about 200 cases of our hometown lager today. So,
Jesus.
Yeah, it was a long day. Started at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and we didn't get done till like 3 o'clock in the afternoon because HEB now is taking this to 42 of their stores.
I'm so fucking happy for you,
I know,
dude.
that's
That's
so exciting.
congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
So yeah, it's been mandated. So you can, if you're listening in San Antonio or the surrounding San Antonio areas, you can buy this beer. And so we're going to talk about it right now. The Hometown Lager is pretty much our flagship. It's a 5.2 alcohol beer. It is considered an amber lager. But really, to get into it more, it is a California Common, is what it's called.
Okay,
Or
so
a steam beer.
what? I guess we'll go top level first.
Yeah.
Is lager like a catch-all category?
Lager is
for...
a catch-all category.
Okay.
So you have beer, right?
Right.
You know, so the best way that it's been described, that as people described it, is Paige Martin, my QC person, smartest beer person I know. Beer is an animal, right? And then you have ales and lagers, and those are cats and dogs. They're different, but they still have 4 legs. They still have fur. So they're very similar, but they're different things. Ales
Okay.
are on one side. Lagers are on a different side. So ales are IPAs, pale ales, stouts, porters, that kind of
A
stuff.
stout is an ale.
Stout is an ale, yes. Whereas lager on the other side is going to be Pilsner, Dunkels, Munich Dunkels,
Now, is there like
Doppelbox,
what
Boxar,
what triggers that?
just the type of yeast used.
Okay, that's
So
what I was
it's
getting at. Is like
literally-
what is the
Yeah, so you use
differentiator.
ale. We use ale yeast or use lager yeast
okay?
to ferment the beer,
Okay, so this is listed as a lager, but
Yes.
technically it's a California common.
which is a type of lager. And this is actually one of the few. A California Common is one of the few truly American style beers that doesn't have like a real hierarchy in the old European world of like, Bud Light or Budweiser is a
Pilsner,
It's a
which
Pilsner,
is technically
which is
a
a
German
German beer.
style. Yeah.
This is American made through and through. It was a beer style that was made in San Francisco. And they use lager yeast that has been mutated over generations to be fermented at an ale temperature, at a higher temperature. And that then will give you a lot more esters, fruit esters to it. And it's just a very, very good beer. Anchor Steam is the person Anchor Steam Brewery in San Francisco, it's a very famous brewery, is the brewery that actually made this style of beer. And they've been making it since like the 1800s.
So they literally like invented it.
They invented it. That's why you have to call it a California Common, because
You can't call it a steam beer
because
or
they actually made steam
Gotcha.
beer for everybody else. So it's actually kind of an interesting thing. So it's a steam beer technically, but if you do competitions or advertise, you have to call it a California Common beer.
And if you're going into a California common or an amber lager like this, tasting wise, what are we looking at?
Well, let's open it up and figure it out.
Man, I'm fucking
Let's
done.
do this. Oh, I got that right on the mic too.
So crispy.
So good. So you're going to get a lot of caramel flavor with this. It's nice.
Now Jim's not going to poop for a week. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yep, that's about all I'm gonna do.
That's all.
It's
what
good
I
though.
get.
Yeah, it's good. So this is we actually won a silver at the World Beer Cup with this. The World Beer Cup is run by the Brewers Association, and is literally every brewery in the world submit to it, and it's considered the Olympics of beer. Like it is the top of the top, and we won a silver in it against everyone else in the world. So we're extremely proud of that. So yeah, you're getting a lot of caramel, a little bit of woodsy kind of flavors to it.
Yep.
You're getting a little bit of like burnt end a little bit on the back end. It's just a really, really good beer. It's kind of what we kind of call it is like our Shiner Bock killer.
It is one thing I will say. My palate's not as clean because I've been drinking one of his new releases prior to the show,
Yeah.
so which is quite a bit stronger on the flavor profile
Yeah,
than
yeah, yeah. This is
Hometown
much
comes
more-
in at. So
Yeah.
but it's one of those I don't know, people like to call them like crushable beers,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
with Hometown, it's one of those ones that you can sit there and
Yeah,
you don't
get
feel heavy. You can sit there and you can drink Hometown and have a good time doing it. And even if it gets a little warmer because you're walking around with it, it still tastes
still
good. It's
tastes
not one of
good.
those ones that has
yeah,
to be
and
cold.
we wanted to
to
make sure
have.
that it has like good craft beer flavors to it. It's going to stand up at a barbecue, picnic, whatever Texans love to do outside.
Yep.
If you like to be out there.
And it's good.
So-
It's we have it on tap here at BattlePub, and we've had it on tap since damn near day one of the bar
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, it's our big guy.
and
It's
it never
our
leaves.
flagship.
It's just always here, and we do really well with. And it honestly, it's my go-to when people, because we only carry local craft.
Mm.
When people come to me like, man, I don't even know
where to start.
where to
It is a
start, and I'm
great-
like,
yeah.
right here. This
Yeah,
is.
it is a very, very good starting.
It's
craft
not
beer.
so dark that it's scary, but it's not so light that it's you forget you had it. Like but
Has some flavor.
and I'm not gonna lie, I break out the silver medal thing quite a bit. I'm like, it also just
Good,
won
please.
silver at the World Beer Cup, and they're like,
That's a thing.
oh, and I'm like, yeah. So if the rest of the world said,
Yeah.
hey, it's fucking good, like,
It's fucking
absolutely.
good, yeah.
I mean,
So
like
we're
you're not
really
a beer
proud.
drinker, but what do you think?
I like it because it's light.
Mhm.
It's light.
It's
So-
light, but it has flavor, which is
well,
nice. about
it's
it.
got more flavor than
A Bud Light.
a Bud Light.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's what we want to do. We want to create a beer that was
So yeah,
flavorful.
I would drink this if it was super super cold. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I've
was-
had it like frosty.
Frosty.
It's
cold, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's
It
so
is.
good.
Just a little bit warmed up because
Yeah.
It's still cold.
for
It was
travel.
actually the.
It's cold, but
Yeah.
like my fridge is in there. I keep it 36,
Yeah.
so it's just high enough to where
It flows.
it's not gonna fuck my lines up.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
But cold enough that like make your teeth hurt.
Yeah,
Like
that's good.
it's yeah,
Teeth
it's
are
so,
cool.
yeah.
Just
so
never freeze your beer mugs. That's never do that.
well, from what I understand, it shocks the beer
Yeah.
when you do that. Like
Like
when
it shocks your taste buds. so you can't.
Oh,
taste
is that what it
Is that
is?
what it is?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So you put like this cold ice, like this cold thing in your mouth. It will shock everything. in
Yeah.
there, and you can't taste shit.
Yeah, when it gets too cold, which is why most of those kind of, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. Most of those piss water beers, you can only stomach them when they're damn near
cold, yeah.
frozen.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
So you can't taste anything.
Yeah.
So
But anyway, this is our guy, and it's gonna be at HEBs around San Antonio. 42 HEBs. We don't know exactly which ones yet, but
and we're gonna keep fucking plugging it because you're working on the shipping thing. Where we can.
we are
actively working
trying
on it, yeah.
to get a shipper company that we'll let you know if it's going to be Tavor or whatever.
Whoever it's going,
whoever
however
it's going to be, and then
whatever the solution is,
we're going to get there.
And-
so
and
you
this-
can just be there.
and this fucking podcast will absolutely break that news because
It's happening. It's happening quick. We're working on it.
Yeah.
It's,
and we're actually getting a hell of a lot of followers out there. So I want to show fucking huge shout out to the guys that
it's-
are rapidly adopting this podcast.
yeah,
Because
thank you.
Shocking.
Shockingly, yeah.
you only
Yeah.
better taste.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just- we're not that interesting.
We'll have to up our
man.
game.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of which,
We are
Hey,
upping the
we
game.
are
So
upping the game.
Beer Jim had an idea, and so I'm going to shut the fuck up and let you take over.
Yes, I love it. So, last episode we did a lot of Wave Top talking about the 40K universe, 30K universe, that kind of stuff. This is gonna play over the entire thing. I love it. Just keep it going.
this is how he's supposed to do it.
Like I feel like I'm who's that fucking no fucking
Jesus
You're ruining
Christ.
the mood. Just keep going.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're doing a fantasy draft of each Primarch and their Legion right now. So we're gonna roll some d6s. We're gonna talk about each of the Primarchs, each of their legions, why we chose them, what they do, and we're gonna teach you guys a little bit about legions, and we're gonna scream at each other at the same time about how each of us are fucking stupid. That's about it, right? I think that
So
makes
it
sense.
makes
So
it
we're
weird.
gonna do some d6s right now.
It's your
So,
invention. You can roll first.
All right, cool. I got a 4. 4 to me.
In
One.
clear, and my typical. Oh, it's a roll.
Roll off. One's a piece.
Oh, okay.
5.
So it's gonna go you
I'm
first,
first
and
pick.
then to Jim, and then I've got
Jim, yeah.
last pick.
Then you got last pick. All right. So my first pick, I was actually thinking about this. I'm going to throw out. This is going to be. I think you guys are going to start screaming at me right from the beginning. Let's do this. I take for my first pick of the 2023 Primarch and Legion draft is Gilliman and the Ultramarines. I'm taking Gilliman and the Ultramarines.
So you're taking the Boy Scout from the
I am
rip.
taking him right away. Couple of reasons I'm doing this. One
Okay.
is that Gilliman is a logistician. He will get shit from A to B the best he can.
He is the UPS of Primarchs.
He is the UPS. And if we're fighting each other, which is the idea, is that we're going to take our 3 different empires, I guess, for lack of a better word. And
Yeah,
they're
we'll
gonna
have
basically
mini
fight each
empires.
other.
Took somebody from the U.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
coming in first
First pick.
round draft pick.
First round draft pick is Gilliman.
You're taking
Ultramarine.
Gilliman.
It is the largest. It is the largest legion
Yeah,
by far. So it has the
Sure.
most bodies.
sure.
Gilliman is a logistician. He will get shit done. It will make sure that munitions is going the correct way. People are going in the correct way. Things are getting moved quickly around a battlefield or around a battle sphere. And also, all of his entire legion they can do everything. They're just the everything guys.
Yeah, but the problem is, here's the problem I have with Gilliman, and here's the problem I have with your choice.
Yeah. I know.
What you have picked is the Swiss Army knife of Primarchs.
Right. You're 100% right. Yeah. For my
But
first pick,
here's-
I want that one.
Here's the problem with having the Swiss Army knife.
Right.
Is it a knife? Sure. Is it a good knife?
Yeah.
No.
It's a good knife.
I think
It's
it's a great
not.
knife.
It's a $300 to $400 knife, but it's a knife.
A
Yeah,
Swiss
yeah.
Army knife is not $300 or $400. A Swiss Army knife,
Well,
you can
it's
go
a
pick
good
up one of those
Swiss
things up
Army
at
knife.
Walmart for like fucking
It's a good
$35.
Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
So, it's also a corkscrew.
Yeah.
Is it a good corkscrew?
It will get the job done.
It
will
will
get the job
absolutely
done.
get the job
It
done.
will
That is a
absolutely-
solid pick. Now,
That is a solid pick.
as far
That
as
is a
football
solid-
goes, this isn't flashy.
Yeah.
This is like drafting a tackle, an offensive lineman, and I'm about to do the same thing.
You know what?
Yeah, I know exactly.
Okay, we're gonna see. Where are you coming in?
My O lineman, of the future, my left tackle.
He's going to be able to plug these guys in for the next 12 years.
Yeah, this is it.
May not go to the Hall of Fame, but I'm never going to have to draft him again.
Never got to worry about him.
Okay, so you drafted stability. Well,
I drafted.
We're gonna see.
I am not Flash yet.
Look, we've gotten one Primarch and we're already this much. All right, round one. Big Jim, what do you got?
For the 2023 Warhammer draft, Jim selects
Big Jim
from, I don't even remember where the hell these guys are from. From Inuit, we select Rogadon and the Imperial Fist.
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Look at that. The producer's calling it. Called it. Knew you were coming in with the Rogadon.
Not sexy, but I can plug them in. They can do everything. They're going to get the job. Very big tacticians. We can set the stage for the rest of the draft.
You are also the one thing I'm not going to die to bring it back to the football analogy. You just drafted the best defensive line that you possibly could.
Yes. I'm like the Emperor chose him to be his D line in the books.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. Like this is the Emperor's D line.
The problem is
D being on the offense, being the guys that are attacking. So these are your this is an offensive tackle. This is your blind side guy. I can plug him in. He's going to be able to do everything I need him to do to protect the Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, if I need to go on the offense, he can support who I'm going to later on draft.
Yeah, because the Imperial Fists are all about building defense. They're the guys. They're your stopgap.
Now, I don't have him ranked near as high as you guys do. Same thing with Gilliman. Didn't have him ranked near as high.
Okay.
Do agree that I think you're pulling in one of the best defensive players that you could ask for in the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah. My concern with your pick is that Dorn, as a player on the field, has a bit of an issue when things don't go his way.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm interested to see the rest of the draft to whether or not you have a solution for when Dorn goes on temper tantrum. Do you have the ability to backfill and still be able to solve those problems?
All right. Well, we'll see.
That's a great question.
So
only time will tell.
Only time will tell.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Well,
I think it's a smart choice.
You're on the clock.
All right. For my first round draft pick of the 2023 Warhammered Primarch draft.
I like how each of us have called it a different thing.
Yeah, I know. We need
whatever you call it next. That's what we're sticking with. Jazz is going to be taking Mortarion and the Death Guard as the first choice.
Oh, I knew that was coming. Yeah.
I'm taking Mortarion and the Death Guard.
That's
Sullen,
a terrible choice.
Fucking pissy.
That's an outstanding choice.
That's a terrible choice.
Absolutely not.
That's kind of like
he's a mid-rounder at best.
No, he's self-sufficient, and that's what I'm looking for.
Wow.
I'm looking for somebody that's going to be able to bring solutions.
Like
and going off the script here.
And with that, and
with marking things, this is insane.
No, look, and here's the deal: with or without something flashy to go with it, Mortarion and the DG is going to be able to bring me solutions when it actually matters.
Right.
So they know how to move when they need to. They know how to find solutions when solutions need to be found. And they're not relying on any sort of razzle-dazzle or trick play on the back end in order to get the job done. They're just going to get it done.
Forward. They can't do anything else.
And when I need to move the ball field, that's exactly what I fucking need to be fucking on point. So first round, I'm taking Mortarion and the Death Guard.
You're taking a fullback. You're taking a running back that can just go downhill.
No, I am taking Aaron Rodgers.
This is kind of... he may not be an Aaron Rodgers, but if you're looking at him as your quarterback, he's gonna move. He's gonna move. He's a solid kind of like. He's solid.
All I think is that there are better people on the board right now. And with that being said,
it wasn't a reach though.
I think it's a terrible call.
But I think Bear Jim is on the clock.
I am on the clock. So for my second pick, which is I literally have a list in here that says top 3, and I picked one of them, and neither of you motherfuckers picked either one of them, and I definitely thought you were. This is insane.
All right, what do you got?
I am picking for my second round pick the Lion, of course.
Oh, of course you would.
The Lion, of course, like the Lion and the Dark Angels, the best tactician in the game. So I now have a Primarch that can move everybody around at rapid speed, can take in information in Gilliman, and now I have a top level, see everything quarterback.
You have an outstanding draft pick that is going to be benched with injury most of the time.
And here's the other thing I'll say is
Also,
he's going to do his own thing. So you're going to get a guy out in the field, great quarterback, as long as he's buying in. The minute he doesn't buy into what the Big E's friggin' going, he may go off script. Could be a problem.
That's 100%.
Look,
it's a little bit of a gamble, but I think that second round pick, it comes in good.
I think what you have there is you have an all-star player that does not understand that you need a team to win.
But he also comes with the second biggest legion,
with the largest fracture within the team.
We don't know about that yet. We don't know about any fractures. This is pre-heresy.
Fractured right away. Pre-heresy, he already had a fractured team. He sent some of his star support back to their own planet and cut them off. Mm-hmm. You were talking about a leader that decided not to talk to those that were actually the spine of his team. Just completely ignoring that communication.
Okay, maybe it was a bad pick. All right, fine. I don't know. I think it's a good pick. I think he can, if he buys into the system that I'm running, I think that he will be.
I think if you
phenomenal.
can get buy-in, I think he'd be good. I think he's going to want a lot of closed doors meetings, though. I think it's going to be a lot of like, hey, we don't need to talk about this with everybody else. It's just going to be a me and you thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Aaron Rodgers is actually not a bad friggin'.
But yeah, it's.
I think you're bringing
he's
a wild card
one
in.
every now and then, but he's going to be a pain in the ass while doing it.
Yeah, I think you're bringing a wild card in.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's a good pick.
So I think you got a Johnny Football there.
Oh, he's better than that.
Yeah, he's better than that.
I don't think so.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. All right.
For my second round pick, I'm going with speed. I'm going with ferocity.
Don't do
and I'm
it.
going with the con.
I called it. I fucking called it.
God.
Outstanding pick, though, sir. I have to give it to you. He's high on my list. It's an outstanding pick. I
got to get speed down the field. This is the guy I'm going with.
Look, as far as truly a rushing game is concerned.
Yeah.
And he's going to have it.
I can
And
put
he's
him in
going
the
to have
slot. I can run him around the backfield. I can go jet sweep.
He's going to have it on both sides of the line, too.
Take the top off the defense.
Yep.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
So that's who we're going with. Jazz, you're on the clock.
The con has things that has ability that none of the other
And look,
none of the other legions have.
What he has brought
What he
in
brings
is
to the table.
he's brought in an outstanding special teams.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what you brought in. And on that note, as second pick,
No, I know where we're going. Probably.
as second pick in the Warhammered 2023 Primarch draft, Jazz will be taking Corvus Corax.
God damn it.
That's
Wow.
fine. There it is
I
right
need that
there.
pen. I need that pen.
God
You guys are completely going off of what I thought were just slam dunks for the top three. This is insane.
I'm looking at big
No.
picture, baby. I'm looking at big picture.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Corax, I think, is going to bring me. He's going to bring me a level of specialty, and he's going to bring me a level of outside play
Can I see that pen?
Yeah.
that isn't really going to be available in a lot of the other choices that are currently available on the roster.
I would so Corax was on my list, but he would have been down a little lower. I was gonna kind of hoping that guy got stashed a little bit. Maybe he had an injury. Maybe nobody knew. He was a little nicked up during the season, and then we were gonna try to grab him maybe in the fourth round.
No, we're taking
I did not think he was gonna
we're
be
taking him
full.
early. We're taking him strong. We're taking him featured.
That's fine.
That's exactly
I
how we're
understand.
taking
That's-
Corax in the second round. And now I want you to look at. I've got Morty number 1, Corax number 2,
Yep.
and I want you to think about those interactions that can start happening there.
That's true. Yeah.
Go ahead, Beer Jim. You're on the clock.
For my second round pick, I'm taking Perturabo and the Iron Hand and the
God.
Perturabo.
Yeah.
Thank God for that. Okay.
Yeah. I need to have somebody who, if you read the lore, Perturabo is constantly underutilized. Constantly underutilized. All he does is he dig ditches
He's a bitch.
and he sends it over. But I'm gonna let
He's
him.
a moody
I'm going to
bitch.
let him come
Oh,
against.
come on,
do
man.
He's the
entire
Indomitian
thing.
Sue of fucking goddamn fucking. He's gonna
World Cup flopper kind of
he
drama queen.
whines
Yes, but one
and
day-
bitches. Oh, you know what? I hurt my knee. I think I'm sitting this fucking game out kind of guy because he
you know-
hates. He's gonna bitch and he's not gonna like the lion.
Yeah.
He's not.
You're
gonna
gonna put Perturabo and the Lion together?
I'm putting Perturabo on the line.
Woo! That's a spicy choice, sir.
Yeah, so Perturabo, I'm gonna let him build all the shit that he wants to build, do his
It's all right.
defenses, and then also we have a fantastic ground game offensive. He can grind those trenches down. He can keep on moving forward as long as he can.
Oh, but Morty was a bad choice.
Morty was a bad choice in the first round.
No. Money in the first round. Money in the first round. And you know
You're
what Morty
insane.
doesn't do? He doesn't fucking whine. He just gets the fucking job done.
Yep. A little moody.
A little moody.
But
I'll
not
take
even
Moody. I'll take
Very
Moody
Moody.
as long as you're
All
moving
right,
the
well,
ball.
are you good? We've discussed.
Big Jim, you're on the
So-
clock. Third round.
Third round, but first in your hearts, because I need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh, here he
Okay,
comes.
Here he comes.
Here he comes.
Here he
The
comes.
Thomas Patrick Brady of the Primarchs,
Here it is.
Horace Lupercal.
Yep.
Yeah, there it is. So now that they're all at the board, my top three were Gilliman, Lion, Horace. I
Yeah.
thought that those were the top.
That would've been a
The
three.
tough-
fact
that
of the
would've been-
matter is that Horace is undeniably the greatest leader among the Primarchs.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you need somebody that can stand tall, he is the Brady.
Yeah.
He is the Brady of Primarchs. And
Yeah.
and it's not just because he can inspire those behind him. That is a man that can lead from the front.
And the
He's
other two
got the
guys
skill
are
set
gonna
to get
listen
the
to him.
Work
Mhm.
done.
The other two guys, but based on their
100%.
things, they Dorn can subsume his ego because he's going to be allowed to do what he does.
Right.
And Jagged Eye is just he's going to get to run all over the goddamn field.
And
So,
also remember
yeah.
when what's his face came back and said like Horace went rebel. Dorn was the one who's like, I'm going to cut off your fucking head.
yeah,
Like no one says that about Horace.
Yeah.
The one who's
He was everybody's boy.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
everybody's boy.
Yeah.
And this is
Until he
remember
wasn't.
for the listeners, this is pre-heresy.
yes,
Right now, they're this pre-war.
they're
master.
all still good guys.
They're all still good guys. So this is pre-war master when all that kind of bullshit happened.
Yep.
So he's just Horace Primarch of the
Well, because
Sons of
even
Horus.
Horace pre-ascended was still a fucking bamf.
Yeah.
Like that man
He's a
just
great-
got the
yeah.
job done.
But as a third round pick, fantastic.
Outstanding
You're
third
up.
round pickup.
Outstanding third round.
So in looking at third round and looking at where my team's at so far, I am going according to plan, my guys. Like right
Really?
now,
This is
I'm.
insane to you.
Oh no,
It's
it's
very unconventional. We'll see where he goes with the third
Yeah.
round.
We're gonna go. It's so you were talking about your very happy blindside pickup, and I think the number one thing that we have to look at when you're looking at a season's worth of play, not
Mhm.
just the game right now. I'm not
Okay.
talking about any given Sunday. I'm talking about all given Sundays. Third round draft pick for me. No big surprise, I think, knowing what kind of style I like to go with.
Wow, are you doing them right now?
Alfarius Omegon. I'm taking him as my third round draft
Huh.
pick.
Not what I was. Not no. Okay,
No.
I knew you were going to get him. I just didn't think you'd get him now.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
Huh.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
See, I'm not even getting a strong argument out of my esteemed colleagues here, but
I got
because-
nothing.
Yeah,
We've
because-
beaten that fucking horse to death as
yeah,
far as
yeah, because the Alpha Legion can change the entire war or change the game
Yeah.
just by doing these little things. But you also have to get them on your side and actually have them buy in, 100% buy in. They aren't 100% bought in.
I know where you're going next.
Me?
Yeah.
I think I know where you're going next too. But I'm curious to see in the fourth round, Beer Jim, you're on the clock.
Oh, I don't think you guys know where I'm going next.
Well, then maybe I don't.
Yeah.
You say that.
Fourth round,
Yep.
Night Lords.
You son of a bitch.
I
Fucking
just
Night
can't.
Lords.
I just can't.
I'm taking Night
Good
Lords.
Legion, fucking batshit fucking boss.
Batshit boss, but I need somebody who can do Raven Guard type shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who can do that like special forces going into a place and just wrecking shop and creating chaos. And that is what the Night Lords do.
You know
But
what?
through fear, but that's what they do. You know, and I had 3 legions as the special forces legion.
Yeah.
I had the Alpha Legion, I had the Raven Guard, and I had Night Lords.
Yeah.
And now 2 of those are off the board. I need to pick up the
Yeah.
third.
I understand. So you need that kind of, especially a guy who can play a little cornerback safety.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, you build a team based on what everybody else is doing.
Right.
So you guys are all going small. We're going big.
Ooh.
Oh.
So with the fourth
Are
round
you going-
pick,
are you bringing it
there's
in?
only one guy.
Are you bringing it in?
The guy from Fenris.
There it is. Oh, you snatched him up. We had to. You guys are
I
all
knew it
going
was coming.
small. I
I
can't
knew.
believe nobody picked him up by now.
He's going.
Yeah.
You guys are all going small.
I can't believe nobody picked him up
That
right
was my
now.
That's
next
why
round.
I thought they were coming.
And
You thought he was just gonna fucking
Literally, I thought he was going to be round one.
Really?
I thought he was a round one pick.
No,
No.
I don't. No, I do not see. Lehman Russ is a fantastic Primarch. His Legion is the Executioner. They will drop the hammer on anyone who fucking crosses them, but they're not first round. They are not first round. You don't build a team around them.
Wow.
I love him to death. He's my guy. But you did not.
That's like
count.
picking up Randy Moss.
Yeah.
For fourth round pick when the Pats did in 07. That's what you do.
Yeah.
They're
No,
still out there.
Look, it's an outstanding pick, and you've put together a hell of a lead up going into it.
But
So
you guys are going small, so I
it's
gotta
strong.
go. We gotta go the other way.
all right. So
I'm gonna grab.
within the 4th round, and speaking of going the other way,
Yeah. Well,
I've taken care of my ability to grind it out and drive it down. Taken care of my ability to have a special team that's going to come in from the outside.
I
I've
know where
taken
you're
my
going.
ability to look at the entire season as a whole, and what I need now is I need somebody that knows how to execute and do it with both strength and finesse. 4th round, I'm taking him. The Angel Sanguinius is joining the roster.
okay. It's a solid. Can't go wrong with that.
I really had a hard time picking him, like putting him in where would I pick him?
Yeah.
He was a weird legion.
Go
Why'd you
toe to
pick him?
toe with just about anybody else out there.
Yeah, why'd you pick him? Let me hear this.
Okay, so looking at him and the Legion, so looking at the entire thing, right?
Mhm.
You have the biggest thing that attracts me with the Legion is the level of fanaticism
Okay, yeah.
that the Legion brings as far as the desire to run. With Sanguinius, the big reason that I'm pulling the Angel himself is that if you want to talk about a player that is going to come and look at any challenge put ahead of him and is willing to make that sacrifice play for the long-term run,
Oh, there's no one better.
nobody's going to deliver like
Nobody's doing
Sanguinius.
it. Yeah.
And then the respect he has just in the league, not just from his teammates, but from everybody.
Yeah. it's
He's
massive.
right there. He's right there,
and he
arguably right up there against Horus himself.
he can-
Everybody,
he can inspire anybody. to do anything.
absolutely anybody. And as far as just sheer combat prowess and the ability to lead, very few people hold any sort of candle to Sanguinius. So I'm putting the Angel on the roster.
So that's the end of the 5th or into the.
That's
4th?
into 4.
Oh, into
Going into the 5th round right
We
now.
got 2 more. So
Yeah.
you're up, kid.
I get 2 more.
You get 2 more.
I want both of these so bad. I don't know which one.
Yeah, I know the last 2 that I want, and I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
But
me neither. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go with my gut on this one
Okay.
because I have a list in here. It's called Rage. That's what it is. And I had Russ is number 1.
Yeah.
And I'm taking my number 2 pick on the Rage category.
I know
which
where
is
you're going.
Angron.
Coming right off the end. Absolutely.
Angron. I need someone who will wreck fucking shop. You know, you let him go. You let the Legion out. You close the door behind
Yeah.
them and just
Look,
you see what fucking happens next.
undoubtedly a solid pick. All right.
The World Eaters, that's what they do. They eat worlds. They
Right.
will mess everything up in their path.
Yeah,
A little unpredictable, but you should be able to keep them in line.
but I think late draft, it's not a bad pick.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But again, like you said, not a team builder,
No.
and it's not an all the time.
Yeah.
But it is definitely one of those like, look, we're playing a game of inches here.
Yeah.
And we need to make sure that nothing changes.
Yeah.
So
You can let them go if you need to.
So
And
based on his pick,
Yeah.
we go at the top of the 1st round,
top of the 5th round.
5th round,
5th round. Middle of the 5th.
middle 5th. We're going with Vulcan and the Salamanders.
Ooh!
Fuck.
God
All right.
damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, he was right there.
It's a good pick. It's a
a good
oh,
pick,
it's
but
a
I knew he
good
wasn't gonna
pick.
stay. I
Yeah.
knew he wasn't going to stay. Yeah. No, that was it was between him or Angron or the Vulcan.
And I was kind of between Vulcan and Anger myself.
Yeah,
I think.
like he's such a good. He does everything right. He is the thing that I love about it is like his entire Legion. They're about making shit.
Yeah.
You know, you can get some great armor from them. You can get great weapons from them,
Yep.
and they also don't back down.
It also doesn't hurt that he can't die.
And it doesn't hurt that he can't die.
That's
Yeah,
that's
that's,
one
uh,
of the big ones.
It's a strong pick up there for the fact that he can't fucking die.
Yeah.
But
All right.
We don't know that right now. We don't know he's.
we don't know he's perpetual. That's true.
which
So-
has influenced another one of my
But even then-
picks.
but even then,
Possible picks, and I'll
he's an
explain.
outstanding pickup.
Yeah.
His Legion,
They're good.
it just does work.
Yeah.
And again, when you need that technician,
Yep.
Yeah.
nobody's going to craft or put together that level.
Horus
of
can get
kind
the
of
best
skill.
out of Vulcan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think so.
There you go. So go ahead.
All right.
All right, fifth round.
Fifth round.
Fifth round. This one was hard for me
Yeah.
based on who we have availability. of.
Right. Of course.
Looking at it, there's an argument for why I'd want the Iron Hands. Right?
Mhm. Yep.
However, what I'm really thinking I need to round this out is that I need a closer. I need somebody that's going to come out, that's going to recognize mistakes that have been made on the field, and is going to be able to go in and make it right.
Don't you dare say who I think you're about to say.
5th round, I'm taking him. The only one that's allowed to wear the eagle, Fulgrim and the Emperor's Children for my
Wow.
5th round pick.
Wow. Good. Great. Awesome. Love it. Very, very excited for you. Congrats your pick. Good job. just congratulations.
Have at it.
It's a great pick.
Yep.
You have him.
I'm taking him.
You have
I'm
him.
taking him. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
you got him.
But
Okay.
when you have that passionate
you-
pursuit of perfection,
Jesus.
Well, there you go, buddy.
he's
I'm
also
spoiled for a choice now.
Yeah, I know, because nobody gives a shit about those guys.
Just congratulations.
Anyway,
The guys that say they're perfect and are kind of just meh at all times.
except for they had a flawless win streak
they're
prior to
good
that.
at what they do.
Yeah, they're very good at what they do. Not to mention that he's known to be one of the
They're kind of
best
like the Peyton
combatants
Manning,
in
though.
the
Like
world.
everybody think they put up great fucking
Put up great numbers,
put up great numbers, but when it really comes down to it,
but that's why he's a.
There's some
But that's why he's a.
There's some ducks.
But that's why he's a 5th round.
Yeah.
you just
I'm not building my roster off of him,
no, I know.
but he's going to put numbers on the board for me.
So Big Jim,
Oh my god. Yeah.
Or
Now I just
Beer Jim,
Beer Jim,
whatever
yeah.
the fuck.
Whatever the fuck you
I'm
are.
Beer Jim. I think I'm giving. I think either one I take, I think I'm giving you a gift.
Well-
Because I'm like there's 3 on the board right now. We got the Word Bearers,
Yep,
we got the Iron Hands,
yep.
and we got Magnus and the Thousand
Yeah.
Sons. And we all know who the last pick is. I'm like, I'm not gonna say it, but because Jazz might be really excited about it. But we all know who it is. And I'm going to be taking. I'm gonna take Magnus.
Fuck.
I'm taking Magnus and the Thousand Sons. I'm gonna get some magic in there.
So here's the thing: Magnus may have gone. If we were post heresy, probably would have gone a little higher.
Yeah.
He's a little bit more work that
Mhm.
kind of when you get off the playoff time. But right
I
now,
disagree. So I was hoping to get him as a sleeper pick.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I was
he
hoping
was
to pick
going
him up
next. If he
as-
didn't pick him up, I was great.
I wanted him
Yeah,
and would have gone higher. And I'm not going to lie, he's bringing a level to play to the field that was actually so dangerous
Yeah.
that everybody else actually feared him.
When they were splitting it up,
All
it
of
was
his-
that horse or-
All of
yeah.
his brothers and stuff were like, yo, he's scary as shit.
Yeah.
It like, so.
Magnus can do shit you didn't realize you could do shit.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a scary thing to deal with.
You know, we got a bunch of psychers. They can do
yeah.
stuff that people don't even know they can do. You know.
So this is a tough one.
Yeah. So you got Iron Hands and Word Bearers are on the.
So there's no chance in fucking hell I'm going with the Word Bearers.
yeah. Right. So.
So Ferrus Manus, who is
Yeah.
a fucking great warrior.
The Gorgon, but not a lot is known about his Legion in him.
You know, they
Oh.
kind of, he's kind of, went to a small school.
Yeah.
You know, maybe
Mid-major.
But you know what? When you
They
need
go
those
in the bowl.
tools made,
Yeah.
when you need somebody to actually forge you that stronger
Manus.
tool,
Yeah.
it's an outstanding pickup, especially late in the draft.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Still
agree.
really, really strong.
Yeah.
And then I get stuck with Golden Boy.
Yeah.
Fucking
everyone,
awesome.
Which was I knew was going to be the last pick.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah, there's just knew he was going to be last pick so much that he's not even on my list.
on your
Yeah.
list.
Yeah.
Like-
I literally have a list that says no. and it is Word Bearers and Emperor's Children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that was my no list.
yeah, I just
under no circumstances.
I'm
Yeah.
not looking forward to the fact that now my team has to manage essentially daddy didn't love me.
Yeah.
And that's what I've got to deal
Can't
with.
You've got basically,
Like the Word Bearers, all they do is they're, if we're going still with the football analogy, they're constantly just getting dressed and making sure they got all the stuff. And
Yo, their
making sure-
pregame,
and pregame.
their
work-
pregame is
oh, yeah.
amazing.
Their pregame.
The
you got
problem
the
is that-
Terrell Owens of fucking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The problem is that once the whistle blows,
Yeah. They
We got
They're
issues.
really worried about if they have grass stains. or
Shit.
not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I will go. I will list off my Legion. We'll
Yeah.
kind of go around and we'll figure out from here. So I chose first round Gilliman
Yep.
and the Ultramarines. I got Lion and the Dark Angels, Perturabo and the Iron Warriors.
Yep.
I got the Conrad Cruz and the Night Lords, Angron and the World Eaters, and finally to round it up, Magnus and the Thousand Sons. I think that's a great team. Like
Yeah.
I think we can do everything. Like that is a good, well-rounded fucking team.
I picked a very heavy team.
Yeah.
So we've got Dorn, Horace, and Russ.
Yeah.
We got the con though. We do have some speed on the outside.
Yeah.
We got Vulcan and Manus. It is a very well put together and should go probably get the best quarterback in the league on that.
Your pickup of Horus is like picking up Tom Brady in like the 7th round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you're getting. That's what we're looking at.
But you're ground and pound, man. You are.
Well,
just,
so we got, we're you're not getting a lot of flash out of us. We're just going to run the ball right down your throat, and you're going to have to fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
And all you little guys that y'all got are going to get trucked.
I
Or
don't know why
you're
you're
gonna
going
get
like I have the 2 biggest legions.
you do have a big, you've got a good base. You do.
I got
You do.
bodies.
He's very light.
Yeah. So let's hear about
Perhaps fast.
What's your list and why?
Okay,
How
so
do you see this playing?
got Mortarion on the top,
Okay.
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Now you need to look at the fact that this man is essentially going, you're either gonna keep up or we don't give a shit. He's just willing to put in the grind.
Okay. Yeah.
And he's not worried about any of these fancy toys or look at this trick play that you can do and da 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 da.
No, we
He
know we're going to
understands
get
that
in
at the
day
end
in
of the
and day out with
day,
those
Yeah.
guys.
It's Cleveland Browns, 1960s football.
It's
Yeah.
just gonna drive, and that's it, and that's all we're gonna care about. So
It's Nebraska in the 90s.
after
Yeah.
that,
3 yards and a cloud of dust.
we're looking at Korax.
See, so that's like,
That's
so
a good
it's a little
pick.
Terry Kill. It's a little fast guy. You got a little, you don't know what's coming at you with that.
No, but when the play needs to get done,
Yeah.
he's gonna get the
Yeah.
play done. It also helps that you can turn invisible.
He can turn invisible. He can,
It-
and that's
that's
why
a
you-
handy trick.
That's 100% why you forced me to take the Night Lords because you took him.
It's
and
the
then
answer.
You
You took an answer.
I took an
like
answer.
I drafted. You shifted draft in order to take an answer
Yeah.
coming into that.
Yeah.
After that, I took Alfarius.
Yeah.
Alfarius is my Gilliman answer.
You think
To
so?
be totally honest, yeah, absolutely. You're talking about Alfarius that is talking about strategy on the 10,000 year level, not the how do we get through the next week-long war, but the
Same
But-
time,
but,
though.
but Gillen's not my strategist.
If I'm gonna go deal with your ass like Horace, we're gonna send somebody out to fucking strangle you. We're gonna corner you,
sure,
and we're gonna come after you.
you just better hope
Because
that
we
half
better.
your line
Yeah.
doesn't actually belong to me.
Oh, we're gonna come after you. That's our
but
we're gonna weed them out. Look at the guys Horace is bringing, abandoning all those fucking whack jobs he's got in the mortal.
They
Those
are
guys
all psychos.
They're all
I mean,
they're coming
yeah.
for. They're coming.
You're not making it through the season without a fuck ton of fees, though. Like that's just the.
No, it's just what happened. They're the Raiders in the '80s. You know.
but Gilliman's not my quarterback. He's my logistician. He's
I didn't say Alfarius was my quarterback.
Yeah.
I said he was my
We
strategist.
have no idea what Alfarius is
no.
gonna be.
So Line's my strategist. That's my overarching guy.
Alfarius runs circles around the line all day.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lion is great for what are we doing today?
Just play one game at a time.
That's it. But then he's
One
on the
game.
one game at a time strategy, so I can buy into that.
Right.
Yeah.
Alfarius is more of a
But Alfarius will change
franchise
with
at a
what's going
time,
on.
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah.
So it's,
No,
he
absolutely.
can change. He can
No,
bring and
Alfarius
adapt.
is scary. He's a scary X.
No,
Factor.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Somehow, I don't know how. I don't know how I got him on the list, but you want to talk about a game changer to follow up the fact that I brought in 3 that are specialists in their field, and I was able to bring in just the all-star Hall of Fame player. Somehow I've got Sanguinius that's fucking following in on this list.
We
I
And-
didn't
saw-
know where to put him. I didn't know.
oh
Yeah.
God, it's just such
I
a
couldn't think about it.
solid
I
pick.
couldn't figure it out.
And you were talking about
But he's
somebody
got to
that is-
deal with those other guys, and he's just
oh, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine.
Oh.
And if anything, do you know what I have there? He's not a quarterback, but what he is he's that linchpin player that everybody's looking at
Sure.
to keep him motivated.
Mm.
He's going to keep everybody
your
in the
center.
fight as we can continue to
He's
drive
your
on it.
center.
Yeah. And he's going to be outstanding at it.
Yeah, except
Yeah.
they're gonna start like doing like weird Victorian vampire shit halfway through.
Well, or he's going to be
Halfway
eating
through
the
a warrior.
fucking
And
population.
And we already know that
whatever.
Sanguinius went toe to toe with Horus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
But that's never going to happen because I got Lehman Russ who's going to step in and fucking.
Russ actually admitted that Sanguinius was one of the only ones that could beat him.
Well, and then Falcon will jump in at the end.
Yeah,
Fucking-
yeah.
And then Vulcan just shows up and it's like, I brought this hammer. It's like, well,
But anyway, no, that's
shit.
the truth. Yeah.
But like anything, you need some finesse in the game. So now I've got Fulgrim.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fulgrim's going to bring it in. And you know what Fulgrim's going to be? Fulgrim's going to be we're going to look at the tape guy.
Yeah.
We're going to look at the tape. We're going to figure out where the mistakes were made. And
Yep.
this is how we're going to fix
Yeah,
the
because
mistakes.
Emperor's Children, Fulgrim is all about perfection.
It's all about,
that was their whole Legion thing is perfection.
it's all about
They're
perfection.
making the little things better.
And when you can tweak those little things and make it perfect,
Sure.
it's really hard to beat that. That's why they had such a
Yeah,
record.
because you've got some guys who are going to go off on their own. He's going to have to rein in Alfarius and
Right, but he's
And Korax.
also at this timeline in which we're talking about. Fulgrim is also he's the olive branch guy. He's that guy that can go out there.
very,
Yeah.
He
very
can talk to anybody.
Yeah,
Everybody
sure.
was there for it. I mean, it was just
didn't
go
that was
weird
kind
until
of
the end.
Yeah.
he had a lot of friends, and
Yeah,
he was
you-
extremely well respected.
Sure.
Yeah, he was in the lore. He was friends with the Iron Hands.
Ferris,
Ferris
yeah,
Man.
they were best friends.
They were best friends, and they
Yeah.
were the most different people there.
And
then let's talk about your 6th round.
that's not. Let's just leave that one out there.
Just fucking
Yeah.
nailed that.
Do you know what
6th
I
round.
have? Do you know what I have in the word bears?
What?
Fuck.
I have the mid '90s Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
You've got
just
literally,
as good as it fucking
you've got
gets.
literally
guys
the most
did it.
hated fucking
You guys did
guy
it. Yeah.
of all of them. I can't imagine who the fuck would we could pair, or who.
Because even
He's the biggest piece of shit on
we
the
are talking about
it's Jerry
weird-
Jones. Like he's the Jerry Jones.
we are
I
talking
don't
about a pre-heresy legion that I now have to deal with. That pre-heresy, Big Daddy E himself
Albert
came down
Hainsworth, like
and
he fucking
smacked
hate
him in the
this
dick
guy.
and was like, "Would you knock it the fuck off? You're being weird." Like it was.
You're being really weird.
You're
Colin
being really
Kaepernick, the
fucking
Albert
weird.
Hainsworth of fucking
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
goddamned.
Yeah, he's just
Who was
a
homeboy that
problem.
ripped his shirt off and just quit football in like the middle of the fucking game last season?
Yeah,
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say
that's
he's the
what I
most
got.
hated. I'm trying to think of like legendarily hated football
He's
players.
Bill Lambier. Lambier of this. Like he's just
Yeah,
hated.
well,
Yeah,
if
I
you were
got-
six. If somebody
Essentially,
loved him,
I am
so-
coming into the 2023 Primarch season with 5 teams.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I've got. Because the problem with the rest of the word bearers is they were like, whatever you say.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're not even gonna be like, yeah, we know he's kind of
And-
batty,
and
but we're gonna go do our thing. When even Magnus comes and visits and goes like,
y'all are insane.
you're fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
It, like
Yeah.
when dude with titty horns shows up and goes, you're
Yeah.
fucking weird,
You're
man.
fucking weird.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, because they're all about praying and being religious.
I'm not gonna lie. I love my lineup.
I think I have a fantastic.
I have a liability.
I think it's great.
I have a liability.
Yeah, we just need to.
You have it in Perturabo.
I don't think he is.
Perturabo's your liability.
I mean,
solid. He will do his job.
You need to
What?
let him do his job. All Perturabo.
The line will
every
piss
time
him off.
I've read.
Who are your other guys? The line
I
will
have
kind of
Gilliman,
fucking.
Lion, Perturabo, Conrad Cruz. Which is
Oh,
just
Cruz
gonna
is
be-
gonna piss him off too.
Oh yeah, he's not. They're not. Never gonna be in the same.
They
room.
fucking probably is like
They're
dude,
never in
go
the same
fucking,
room as each other.
Yeah,
They're just gonna be. They're gonna be over off to the side.
emo
I
bitch.
think you have a liability in Perturabo.
But okay, every time you read the lore, Perturabo is his biggest gripe is that he was like, all I do is I fucking just dig ditches and I move closer. I want to do more. I'm just and in my,
You
in
gonna let
my,
him do
in my
more?
stuff is like, you want to do more? Do more.
But he doesn't.
Congratulations.
He doesn't.
You can do it.
He'll
You
get
wanna-
pissed. He's like, well, what do you mean do more? And then you're gonna have to deal with this guy. He's just gonna be a
True.
pain in
Oh
the
my God, I
ass.
never was-
That might actually be
What
my
do you mean
solution.
by that?
What I might actually do is I might take Golden Boy and I may be like, just go talk to Perturabo.
Yeah.
And it's gonna shut the whole thing down. It's just gonna be those two out there just being like, well, my had it harder because of da 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 da.
No.
And then it's just gonna turn into like a.
That's why I got fucking horse.
a
He's
whole
gonna see it
talking
all,
section.
and he's gonna have it all figured
I
the
mean,
fuck
like,
out.
I'm like looking
That's
at this.
why I have Alfarius.
Yeah.
Alfarius is just looking at it going like,
You two fuckers better figure. Yeah, you better
I
figure out what he's
know-
thinking.
I know what everybody.
I know what you know. What I know.
Yeah.
What you
But
know.
yeah, the
I know what you
problem
knew
on
before
my-
you knew it.
On my team is I have lack of leadership. I feel. I think you have too much leadership.
Yeah, well,
I think
I
you have
think
too much
I've got
leadership
guys
in
who
Jack.
can subsume themselves a little bit. That's the one thing, but they're gonna have to figure it. They're gonna have to
Too
figure
many
it out.
Yeah,
steps in the
I'm not
kitchen.
gonna lie. I think as we do some deeper comparisons, I may be proven wrong. I do think where your liability is going to come in is that you drafted an all-star team
Yeah,
It's a problem.
and you didn't draft enough utility.
you didn't draft workers.
Manus, utility guy,
Oh my god, he has a tendency to lose his head.
fucking. Yeah. The con kind of will do his job. He did say it, but yeah,
Oh my
Dorn,
God.
Horus, and Russ, they're gonna be.
There's
there's gonna be, but
there's a lot of
they
big
all love
personalities.
Horus.
A lot of big.
they all. I mean, so
I don't know.
I don't know how much
I don't think Russ.
Russ really.
I,
yes,
there's definitely there's not a love between Russ and the big man. What you have is that Russ respects.
he'll respect winning, so he'll respect.
He
Horus.
respects the chain.
Yes,
And
he
I,
does.
that's really what that
Yeah.
boiled down to was like,
So you better win as long as things are going well. Russ won't necessarily go out, but he's not in the middle of the combat going to
But I
decide to
think
go do something
No, because here's what you have.
crazy.
I think you have Russ who's going to look at it and go like, "Oh, you're no longer following the game book. Like, you're off playbook. Off with your head, motherfucker. Like, this just
Well,
Yeah.
that's
we're
my
all on the-
job,
we're
right?
all on the same fucking team here. I'll be saying it to you guys.
So
That's true.
I think it's going to be interesting. I think if we deep dive into this a little bit more
Yeah, absolutely.
and we see how the lineups, how we'd actually play.
I've got less guys who are going to be bitching at each other.
I don't think any of my guys are going to bitch at each other.
I think my guys are going to completely bitch at each other. That's all
You're
they're
gonna-
gonna do.
You're going to have a lot of
Yeah.
infighting.
We're going to have a lot.
Yeah, his team
we're
never
gonna
really
have a
showed
lot-
up. They just kind of fucking hate each
They
other.
just hate each other. I'm gonna have to do a lot of scheduling. I feel
Yeah.
is gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah, have like a lot of. I'm gonna have multiple calendars on my.
Yeah, it's gonna be-
you
gonna be a
guys
little
can show
tough.
up, but your Primarch can't show up. Like
Yeah,
you can't come.
exactly.
It's going to be a little fucking tough, but it'll be
like,
interesting
all right,
to see.
fine. We'll take Perturabo says
Yeah.
he won't do this. Okay.
It'll be interesting to see. We'll have to figure out how we're actually going to see our lineups and how they would actually go against each other.
I don't
There's
even know how we do that.
there's probably enough lore reference for Legion on Legion combat for us to actually figure out where the points would stack up.
Sure.
If we dig into the heresy,
And I'll let you guys
There's-
figure that the fuck out.
there's probably enough in there to actually figure out
and
where the
also,
points would stack up going into the season.
And also this entire podcast, it's comment fodder. Get down there, comment.
Yeah, let
Yeah,
us
fucking
know.
tell us why we're wrong.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to know what your draft is. Let me know your
Yeah,
top six.
I
Yeah.
know you're
Yeah,
top
just
six,
put them in
yeah.
the comments, and we'll look and see if we've got any mixes and matches. Obviously, we were based on the rolls and based on whatever, but I think this is how it would have shaken out roughly.
I got the bulk of what I wanted.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm not going to lie.
was
I got
really
the bulk of what I
surprised on
wanted.
What your first rounds were.
I was surprised Horace was.
So low.
I wasn't gonna. Well, he went second.
yeah.
You took him second.
Second.
Yeah,
I had to
yeah.
pick him. I'm surprised nobody was like, "Hey, right off the bat, I'm going with the
With Horace.
with the quarterback and set the stage."
But again, I think
I
what
like
you're
Gilman, yeah.
but I think what you're running into with Horace is that I think you're drafting an all-star. I don't think you're drafting a team.
Well, the Rams did that last year. They bought a lot of free agents and they won a friggin' Super Bowl 2 years.
But they bought a lot of free agents.
Yeah.
They didn't buy a guy.
Yeah.
I think when
I
you're-
like what Horace is coming with. His guys were solid leaders.
Yeah, they were solid
yeah.
all around dudes that could.
Yeah.
But they were mean as shit.
Yeah.
well, what you have in the Suns is blind obedience.
Mhm.
The Lunar Wolves. So I guess at this point in time, we're actually talking about the
These
Lunar
are
Wolves.
Yeah.
No, they're Sons of Horus at that time, were they?
No, they didn't go Suns until after they stripped their color and went gray.
No, really.
Then they become
yeah, Sons of Horus.
Sons of Horus. After he says "fuck you, Dad" and whatever, then they're the Suns.
Okay.
Pre that, they're the Lunar Wolves.
Yeah, Lunar.
So they go from
okay.
gray to green.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, they are blind obedience.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't think you're bringing strategy. I do think you have a leader. I think you've got a leader. I don't think he's bringing a team.
Like I said, we're a very heavy team. I've got some speed, but we're a very heavy team. So we're going to come right at you. There's not going to be a lot of flash, but you know what you're going to get. You're going to get fucked up. So you better figure out.
The con's a scary one on your roster.
To be
Yeah.
honest with you, out of everything on your roster, the only one that I'm actually worried about is the con. But the con, like, even in the lore,
He's flighty. He does what he wants.
but the con also just comes out and be like,
Well,
I'm not fucking worried about him. I could kill him right fucking now. Like,
Yeah.
he sat at a table with like 6 of his brothers and was like, I could kill everybody in this fucking room.
Yeah.
He's like, what? Excuse me? And he's like, I said what I said. I don't say it.
And I'll say it again.
I said it with
in my
chest.
organization. We value that. Okay.
Jesus, I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know you were drafting the '80s Raiders over here.
It's just-
He's my Lyle Elzado.
Yeah. He didn't draft strategy. He just drafted
Drafted-
violence.
No, that's kind of
Yeah.
how it kind of, because I kind of was like, all right, let's look at the 1,000 Suns, but I'm like, they're not really worth it now. They'd be worth it post heresy. So
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason that I took Morty at the top. Because Morty, his big thing wasn't even I want to follow somebody else. It was the whole false father thing. It was the whole like you took me from what I wanted
Yeah.
and kind of made me go do this.
Yeah. Well, Angron, same thing. Yeah.
Well, and then
So-
I was kind of hoping that Korax would fall a little farther. Than he did.
Korax is
I know,
going to
you're
do
number one.
work for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna.
He's
be
gonna
your number
have
one
to because
guy.
you're dealing with his guys and my guys as far as
I
big,
think Korax-
big organizations.
That's what I've got Alfarius for. I'm not worried about your numbers. Not worried about your numbers if I can just take you apart from the inside.
My number one rule:
That's
no
why I've got
helmets.
the War Master.
No,
No helmets.
no,
No helmet.
no
These fuckers
helmets.
need to look you in the eye, make sure you're who you are.
Yeah, right.
You two look
There's
just-
Alfarians out there. No helmets.
It's a little weird, but that's what we're going with.
Yeah,
that's
that's
how
what
we
we're
found
going
it. That's our mitigating strategy
Yeah,
for right now.
So, and I think that's
Clear
what I'm.
faceplates.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Clear faceplates.
It's just bubbles. It's just
Bubbles.
it's just bubbles.
1930s.
Yeah.
All the guys get shot in the head. It's
Sci-fi.
okay though. We have the numbers.
Yeah. So that's what I've got Alfari is for. And if not, I've at least got your playbook.
Yeah,
Like,
well, yeah, you'll be able to steal the
that's true.
playbook. Yeah,
Yeah. So if nothing else,
but then Horse figured that out. So is it the real playbook? I don't know. We'll find out.
but you don't know that I knew that you knew that I was there. So I
Well, I
stole your
wasn't
real
there.
playbook
I was there
before
3
you made
years
a false
before
playbook.
when you were printing
Yeah,
the playbook.
Alfarius actually
I
wrote
own
the
the
false
printer.
play.
Yeah, I am the printer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the printer.
Alpha Legion printed your fake playbook that you gave back to Alpha Legion
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Christ.
In triplicate.
in triplicate.
All right.
Yeah,
Well-
no, I think it's gonna be interesting, especially when we figure out how this is all gonna face off. So
Like,
so that
share,
handles the
subscribe, and all
the
that other shit.
Warhammered part. Is there anything in nerdy pop culture we need to cover?
Not really. It's been
Not
fun.
really. It's been it's it's
it's after Christmas.
first part of the year.
Christmas.
Not a lot going
no
on
big
there.
drops or anything.
No huge drops.
I am excited about the new campaign books coming out from
So
Warhammer.
that's actually the big thing from Warhammer's coming, and the
Yeah.
other big thing is this new thing, boarding actions,
yeah,
which is the whole it's the whole space hulks or the giant ships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's an all new rule set. We've never seen it for Warhammer
Mm.
before, and so you take these smaller teams, and it's literally they're infiltration squads, and you're supposed to go in and so you're
Yeah.
fighting in
Very cool.
these tight spaces and stuff like that, which
no
is.
tanks, no big.
Yeah.
guys.
You can't even take jump packs. Like it's
Yeah.
literally because you're in hallways on a
Yeah,
ship.
yeah.
Like that's fucking it. What I think is super dope about that is there's so much in the lore that does take place like on these flagships and
lot
all
of
of
the
this stuff.
books.
That
Every-
Boarding
and every-
actions and how to
Every
take-
legion has got, whether it's the Space Wolves of Gilliman, everybody's kind of got some book somewhere where they're running through the halls
and they
having
have
a fucking
specialty like
guys that do
does
that- do
this.
they-
every Primarch has a flagship.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's some story that's taken place on that flagship or something or another. Actually, speaking of the word bearers,
Mm.
as much as I dislike the Primarch, I do like the word bearers. But the story where they find that fracture outside of Cadia, and they send that ship in right before the
Oh.
heresy. So they send this ship in to a tear,
Uh-huh.
which now we know is the eye.
Yeah, the eye.
And that's what destroyed Cadia. They send this ship in. So in our space, it's like 3 minutes or something like that. But they're on the other side for like 6 months.
Okay.
And the warp infiltrate, like their Geller field breaks down, like all of this kind of shit. So they're
Yeah.
trying to survive on this ship to the point where they start like eating each other and like drinking blood in order to like have any sort of nutrient. So the only people that come back are like, it's like 6 Space Marines out
The
of the
hardest.
company that went.
Yeah, hardest hard.
And now they're all, this is at the beginning of the word bearers all having demons like they're sharing that space.
Yeah, yeah.
Which we haven't gotten to that point. We're saying we're drafting pre-heresy,
Yeah,
but that's the
pre-heresy.
only going to be the saving grace of the fact that I got the word bearers is that later in the season,
Yeah.
You're gonna have
we're going to have a whole
working-
second team that we can just fucking
Yeah, they
bring
come
in.
in,
And
yeah.
it's just going to.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
gonna
they're
have a lot
second
of weird
wind,
shit
they're,
going on.
Yeah, they're definitely
Yeah.
a second half.
Yeah, they're
Second half legion.
Yeah.
But that all takes place on a ship. And so
Yeah.
seeing a game structure that's going to come in to where it's been a huge part of the lore that's
Mhm.
very, very narratively driven and less competitive driven.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about seeing
And then the new books with Abaddon and everything.
the new books that
Really?
are coming down, the new the chapter or not chapter approved, but yeah, the new combat books that are
Yeah.
going to be based on Abaddon and
Nexans,
all
yeah.
that kind of craziness that's going on with that.
So I mean, the games. I mean, obviously, the game's chucking along. The books are chucking along.
There's some huge changes happening right now that are happening. This is, if you're listening to this, we're recording this in January of 23. And there's some huge changes coming for the game.
Yeah.
Like that we're seeing published. Well, this new thing with Abaddon.
Yeah, yeah.
The new boarding action rules. There was a huge data slate that dropped yesterday that changed a shit ton of stuff for the
I haven't
game.
looked at that one.
So that changed a bunch. it is really pointing that we're going to see 10th edition in June.
Really? Okay.
And if there's this many hard rule changes right now, God, I hope they just burn Warhammer to the ground and start all over.
Yeah.
We need 40K 2.0. We need an all new
30K
game.
2.0.
No. 40K
40K.
2.0. 40K needs to be rebooted.
Okay.
Like it needs a
We've
hard
been
reboot.
saying that right along for a while. So.
All the rule books, just delete them all. Everybody's codexes are fucking gone. Everybody, everything. Here's the core rule book, and just go to fucking data cards like we have for Age of Sigmar.
Mhm.
Like just get rid of the codexes and all these stupid extra rules and shit. Just streamline this damn thing.
Oh yeah, because people
Make it
are,
sexy.
Plus, people would be pissed off. Their 9th edition shit's no longer. I mean, you can still play 9th edition, but
Yeah, but
you
it's
gotta
like the
spend.
people
You
that
don't have to
and
go
play-
buy a whole
they're
bunch
like,
of
your
shit.
models are
I
still gonna be
still
good.
only
Yeah.
play 7th. Your plastic's fine. You're like,
Yeah.
you're good. Play
As
your
long as you
models.
play,
That's
but you don't
fine.
want to buy a whole bunch. So yeah, little cards
Yeah,
would make.
But
everybody,
yeah, it just works better.
Yeah.
Other than that,
I don't know.
shameless plug. January 21st, if you're listening to this and you're local, is Port Ma
Yeah.
here at BattlePub.
A lot of fun.
It's a
We're excited
beer
about that.
festival with a gaming problem.
We'll be streaming live at
And
times.
yeah, I think we're gonna stream. We're gonna do a little episode during that
Absolutely.
shenanigans.
Yeah.
So if you want to see us truly, probably Warhammered. That's probably
Yeah,
the
probably
show
that's
that you want
gotta
to
be the one to
listen
do
to.
it.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe. We are on all the social medias.
Yes.
We're not posting a lot right now, but
Nope.
go follow all that stuff, and we'll post some more.
Absolutely.
Episode 5 went out as of this recording. There's 5 episodes out there. So
Yep.
this is episode
I
6.
cannot believe this is episode 6.
We're kicking ass, man. We're
Yeah.
getting it out there. It's doing
It is.
things.
A lot of people are listening.
It's a lot of people. It's craziness.
So, Jazz, you got anything else for us, buddy?
Second Pitch Beer Company. Go find them on all of the social medias.
Second Pitch Beer Company.
Second Pitch Beer Co. on Instagram, which is where you're most active.
It's not Co. It's company.
Is it now company?
It's
I
company.
thought it was Beer Co.
No, it's company.
It's company?
I got
It's always
you
been
back.
company.
Go find it.
Just
I
like
don't-
Russ was always right. It's
Yeah,
company
oh
on the
my
brain.
God.
Wow.
And with that
Bad.
fucking
Jesus.
That's why I fucking drafted him.
go find games, drinks, and hijinks,
Jinx.
and we'll fucking see you later.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.